Let's get somewhat of a cold start because I already started the truck earlier, so it's not a full cold start, but what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time, thank you for clicking. If you are back for more, thanks for coming back. Make sure you hit subscribe, like the videos, maybe share them. If you like Ford content, Mustang content, we're doing a barrel swap Mustang in this channel. And if you like that kind of stuff, yeah, make sure you hit subscribe and watch the other videos that I got. Today's no exception. We're gonna be doing another Ford video, but it's not actually related with the truck. It's actually related with a Vulcan QUICKDRAW that my cousin Carlos, I want to give a shout out to Carlos. Thanks for gifting me this. He bought a couple of them a while back, and he gifted me one, and we're gonna be installing it because I want somewhere to store the firearm when I'm in the truck. I don't want to have it on my person. Because it's hard, because I carry it at 4 o'clock, so it's hard for me to draw if I'm sitting down from the driver position, you know. So I want to have my firearm ready to go. So we are going to be installing this. The reason I had not installed it is because I wanted to make a video for you guys, because I want to stay consistent with the video. So even though this is going to be a short video, we are going to keep it consistent. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so the very first thing is, I already opened this, but everything that comes in the bag is in here. I opened it, took it out, but I put everything back in exactly how it basically was. It was basically just like that. So we're gonna take this out. This is the main component. This is the QUICKDRAW. This gets bolted onto something. It comes with screws. It also comes with the instructions on what to do with it, but I already know what to do with this. Pretty simple because my cousin installed one. It comes with these screws for black screws. I couldn't find black screws, but it comes with black screws. The only problem with these is that if you're gonna screw it into a piece of the dashboard or something like this, this goes into the plastic. This goes into the plastic, but once it goes all the way in, but it doesn't stop turning, you know. It keeps turning, so therefore this thing is not fully tight. So I went to he told me that I could just screw it in all the way, and then once I feel it to be the most tight, just to leave it right there. But I didn't feel like doing that. I just went to Ace and I actually got some bolts and nuts to go with this, because I'm going to take that off and I'm going to bolt it through the back so that I know for sure it's tight, because I don't want my firearm to be falling when I'm trying to reach for it or something like that. So that's why I went to go get bolts. I was looking for black bolts, but I couldn't find anything, or black screws like these, whatever these are called. Can't focus on it, but yeah, see. Wanted some black ones, but this is what we're trying to do, guys. I'm going to put these bolts. Oh my god, it's hard to do everything one hand in the truck, but we're gonna put these bolts in through this, and then in the back of this piece, we're gonna put one of these washers, and then the nut right here. So I'm gonna get out the vehicle real quick. I'm gonna get out the truck and I'm gonna take that plastic off, and then we're gonna bolt it on. And it's going to be a little bit hard for me to film, guys, but I'm going to try and film everything. It's hard, you know, with one hand. So I'm going to place the camera. I don't have a tripod or anything right here, but I'm going to place the camera in places and see if I can get a good view of what I'm doing. Alright guys, so I think I decided I'm going to go somewhere right here. I'm going to take out my firearm real quick and test it with my firearm. And yeah, somewhere right there, I think. The reason I picked this panel is because if I decide to sell this truck, or I end up not liking the look, all I have to do is go buy a new piece of this panel. You don't want to screw into the actual dashboard where you would have to like replace the whole dashboard for holes and something like that, you know. Or you could screw into plastics like this, where you can just go to a dealership or online or whatever and buy a piece of plastic like this. Like this is not, shouldn't be that expensive, you know. Alright guys, so normally I keep my gun loaded, one in the chamber, so we cleared the round. There's nothing in the chamber, so I don't want this thing to fire by itself, especially while we're holding it. It might be able to fire my hand or something, so let's just be clear. Let's have the firearm clear. So this is what I'm thinking, guys. This goes like this. I'm thinking if we mount this like that, if it's gonna be in the way of me starting the vehicle, maybe a little bit lower, just so it's not for sure in the way, and then the steering wheel won't be in the way of me reaching right here. And then I think I'm gonna actually lower like the right there or something. I don't know if it's gonna be in the way of my knees right here, but I'm gonna let me get in real quick. Alright, so right here, this is kind of like where I was thinking, so it's not in the way of me starting the vehicle. It's not too high up. And actually right here, it's not in the way of me pressing the gas or the brake. It's actually a really good position right here. I can reach for it. So I think I'm going to do something right here. Kind of like line this up with this curve right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but line it up with that curve. It's a little scary because it's going to be pointing right at my foot when when you have your foot on the gas. But I've always carried my gun loaded, and it has never fired on me, you know. So as long as it's on a holster, it's not gonna fire on itself. Or as long as you don't have your finger on the trigger, it won't fire on its own. So maybe I'll buy a trigger guard just to have a trigger guard while it's on here. But it's gonna defeat the purpose because this is supposed to be a quick draw, you know. If you remove this and then you have to remove a trigger guard, that's pretty bad. You can train yourself to that, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll get a trigger guard or not, to tell the truth. Maybe I just won't carry one in the chamber. And this is able to, once this is bolted, I'll show you that you're actually able to chamber this. Like it has these grooves in the front to hold the slide, so you can actually chamber around. But you might forget, you know. So if you're bolted like this, you can chamber around and then remove it, and now you're chambered. But I don't know, you could probably train yourself to that, you know, but I always carry around in the chamber. But actually, let's just get to bolting this. So let's remove this panel real quick. Should be just pull back to make it pop off. Yeah, I think I got it. Cool. Alright, so it doesn't come fully off unless you take off these bolts, but I think we can work with it like this. Oh, let me see what size these bolts are. This looks like 7 mils, actually 8 mils. Cool. Maybe we could just take these off. Damn, I didn't know I was gonna have this. This 8 mil I brought for the new bolts because it's also an 8 mil. So I'm gonna go get an 8 mil nut, guys, or socket, I mean, and take these off real quick. It's gonna be a lot easier for me to put it on. All right, guys, we got the 8 millimeter. Should be able to take it off pretty quick, actually. Lot quicker. Alright, we have this metal off. So can we take this plastic off now? Alright, we got the metal off. Can this come off now? Alright. Alright guys, so check it out. We took off this whole panel thing. You just have to remove, if you're doing it on an F-150, you just have to remove that metal, and then this will come off, and then you just have to remove the plugs, and you should be able to pull it off. So now that we have it off, now we can work a lot better. And since we're gonna bolt it, it's a lot better that we have it off, because if I was just gonna screw it in with the screws that came with these screws, the ones that came with the QUICKDRAW, it would have been a lot easier. I wouldn't have to remove this, but since we're bolting it, we need to hold it with a wrench in the back, you know, to be able to tighten it. So we're not gonna use these though, and let's get to bolting that QUICKDRAW. Alright guys, so this is where we're at right now. I ended up screwing it in just so I know exactly where it's gonna go. I like that location. I try to line up the bottom of this to the top of that, kind of, and I just made sure that that was straight. It looks a little crooked, but it is pretty straight. It's gonna go like that, and it's pretty straight. So now that we have the screw holes, we're gonna remove the screw holes and then put the bolts on. Just how I said it, guys, these screws are actually all spinning. It does seem like it would hold it. It does seem like it would hold it, but the screws are like spinning in there. Look, I'll just show you real quick. Just put the drill right here. See that? But even though it spins out, you could you can move this, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna pull it out. But I don't know. I'd rather be safe than sorry, so that's why I got the bolts. We already got the bolts anyway, so we're just gonna install the bolts. I wish the bolts were black, so that they kind of highlight this. But yeah, I'll get used to it, you know. Or I'll get like a black nail polish, and then I'll put it over it once it's done. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna try and show you the last bolt. I've been doing it off camera, but I'm gonna see if I can just show you guys this one. It's actually really satisfying that you know it's gonna be tight on good. I may have gone too long with the screws, but I didn't know how thick this piece was gonna be. So it doesn't matter though. It's not gonna hit anything. So actually, you know what? It might actually. So we're probably gonna have to cut these off. I'm gonna go inside and cut these off when I'm done. So I didn't know. It might. Okay, so we have the last one on like this. We're gonna put the wrench on, and we're gonna screw it on just like this. And it's tight. It countersunk the screws into the plastic, and it's fully tight. So now what I'm gonna do inside is I'm gonna go cut these off with the grinder, because I think they are gonna be in the way because of these clips. So let me go cut these off real quick. Alright guys, I'm back from the garage. I ended up cutting off the excess bolt. Just, you know, if you're doing it on an F-150, you don't need them that long because it's actually pretty thin. But it was not that hard to cut them off. So if you want to be on the safe side, go ahead and get them that big and cut them off. So let's put this back on now that this is on tight. This is on really tight actually. I feel really comfortable with and because I cut those things off, it's kind of like they're kind of like staked on. So the nuts might not be able to come off that easy, you know. So because I cut them off. So let's put this panel back on. See if this closes now. See if the screws are gonna hit. Yeah, this side is clicked on. goes. It's clicked on now. Alright guys, so we are back in the vehicle. I am sorry if you've heard the truck on the whole time. It's hot outside, so I wanted to have some AC. And I thought I was going to be able to do the video with the doors closed and everything, so you don't hear the truck that much. But I had to get off, as you saw, to remove this panel. So I'm sorry for having the truck on. Hope you didn't mind it. But nonetheless, we have that Vulcan QUICKDRAW installed. So now all we got to do is put the firearm right there. I'm 6'3", and my knee doesn't touch the gun at all, or the firearm. It doesn't touch the firearm at all. And this is a really good driver position. So now if we were to pretend I have to draw my firearm, I'll probably have to start carrying that thing. If I had to pretend like I had to draw my firearm, I'll just come this way, push it down, and it'll load up the chamber. And then I remove it, and now we got a loaded chamber. And then it just goes easy as it's a magnet wall, so it holds it on pretty good, just like that. Looks pretty good actually too. See what I mean about pointing right at my feet? Look, this is the gas pedal. This is the gas pedal. It's pointing right at my feet. Let me focus on that real quick. There it goes. It's pointing right at my foot. Now if I focus on my foot, yep. You saw, so not too bad. Not too bad. Push it down. Push it down. We're loading one in the chamber. It. Now let's do not a real world test. Now I'm gonna do a test with the magazine installed, just to make sure the magazine doesn't stick out too far either. So as you've seen, I put the magazine in. It is loaded, just to show you. Just to show you that it is loaded. We're gonna put it right there, and then we're gonna insert the magazine. We're just not gonna rack it, but we do have the magazine installed, and now we are gonna put it in the QUICKDRAW, just like that. That's where it's gonna be traveling in. That's how it's gonna be traveling every time I get on the truck, so it's not in my waist, and I can draw it if I need to. I'm not gonna put it around in the chamber just to be safe. But if I was to be in a situation where I needed it, I just have to practice drawing like this, because now I have to put a round in the chamber instead, opposed to carrying with the round in the chamber. So I just have to remember that when it is gonna be on this QUICKDRAW, I have to put a round in the chamber, and I'm not used to that. But all you gotta do is practice, you know. So maybe I'll try practice without a magazine and without any ammunition. I'll come out here every once in a while and just practice drawing it from a sitting down position like this. I'm outside my house right now, so I just gotta push it down, and that's it, guys. I've done too much talking. I think this video went longer than what I was supposed to, just for the QUICKDRAW. I've been wanting to install that, but I wanted to make sure that I can get it on video, so I can upload a video and have a consistency. So yeah, we'll leave it like that. Alright guys, as you can tell, the vehicle is off. We still have the QUICKDRAW installed, but there's no firearm because it's back on my hip. It's always on my hip. If it's not on my hip, it's in the safe. So now, but when I'm traveling, I'm gonna remove it from my hip and install it on the QUICKDRAW. So once again, hold on, let me show my face. Once again, thanks for Carlos. He hooked me up with it. He said it works pretty nice, but he did tell me that screw situation where it's just gonna keep spinning and it's not gonna feel tight. So I just went and be safe. To be safe, I bought bolts because I didn't want that thing falling on me, you know, and a potential discharge, you know. So a negligent discharge, that's what I was thinking of. But with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry it's just a short video, but it is a consistent video. I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm not gonna say once a week. I have said it before and I end up failing, and I go 2 months without making a video. So I'm just gonna try and make small videos like this just to try and stay consistent. So don't hold me to it though. But thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit like, and till next time, later.